Every journey begins with a single step, and the journey of these farmers is no exception. Safari ya mfugaji na Suguna. Anza safari yako na Suguna leo. Suguna Feeds Kenya, zidisha faida.
My name is Nancy Jenga. I am a farmer. We are in a place called Barok, which is in Nakuru County, Gilgil sub-county. We acquired this piece of land in 2023. We decided to layer chicken because the weather here is conducive for chicken. And that is when we came up with the idea of doing chicken. After some inquiry, I did some visits to some homes for benchmarking because this is my pilot project. I didn't know which one is the best breed. I didn't know what to do. So I was advised to try Kienyeji. So I have Kienyeji, which is called Sasso. And the first lot we brought was 1,000. We started with a lot, though we were amateurs. This is the first lot, which actually is a year old. This one. They started laying exactly at 4 months, which was a big excitement for us. It was a bit expensive because these chicks were brought from Tanzania, and so we were buying a 1 day old at 150. And so the first few months was challenging because we had to dig into our pockets to feed them. We started with another company, which I'm not going to mention, for their feed. But we encountered some challenges with the delivery. We would make a bulky order, but they would deliver 2 bags, 5 bags. One of the representatives of Suguna gave me some numbers to call to inquire from those farmers who were doing farming using Suguna. And so we are stuck with Suguna. We can't complain. It has given us good returns. We do give them protein, vitamins, 2 or 3 times a week. But when they are having antibiotics, we feed them together. So we use the antibiotic and we mix it with the vitamins. I don't know, I don't want to say it is scientifically proved, but I was told, just like human beings, they need supplements. I couldn't get what I was told about sukuma, but I couldn't get a supply of sukumas because they are very rare, they're very expensive, and so I opted for the cabbages. The journey at the beginning, there was no profit. Let me say it's been a roller coaster because there are some farmers who are telling me that I don't need to control the feed. Then they need to have food throughout. And so we would put food and add. And they compared it to a child that is born in a wealthy family and a child born from a poor family. I was told that the child that has food all the time would go rushing to eat. And so I was made to believe that the more food I put, the better production I'll get. But that didn't work because they grew so big. They were overweight, so we had to reduce the feeding. So at the beginning, we spent a lot. There was no profit. But from when they started laying, that was last year in July. That is when we first got the first egg. It was a challenge to find the market because we didn't know anybody. People didn't know us. End of November, that is when I intensified my marketing strategies. I went online, I went to groups, and we started going for meetings. I started calling people, and I would say by the end of November, we started getting hatchers. And with hatchers, we of course, the price of the eggs is good. So we, at this point, we are having good profit because we sell to the hatches, but the ones that cannot be hatched, we are selling to the supermarkets. and those people who want for consumption. I think I should have gone for training before I started this. But I was so excited, super excited when we got this piece of land. And I thought, wow, the air is good, it's warm. And I've always wanted, just a business. So I didn't take time to go for training. But these days, whenever I hear there's a training, I jump on it. So for a new farmer, I would say before you embark on doing it, the best thing is to go for training and be assured that you know what you're doing. Most of the leads that I get for the hatches, it is from online. That is Facebook. I put pictures on Facebook, WhatsApp, and I also use the word of mouth. One hatcher buys, and then I tell them, if my eggs are good, can you market me? So I've had so many referrals through online. Yes, I would say that is a big one. Challenges are there with the market. But the good thing is, once you become consistent in the supply, then people will always come to you, because you don't want to sell today and then tomorrow you tell them are downtown. So once I started production, I had thought of going to layer, but then I figured I've already created a clientele. Now, if I start another line, then I'll go back to zero to think, where do I get market? So yes, there is market, though there are challenges, but like any other business, challenges are there. So I don't think there is any one area of business where one can say, I'm not experiencing any challenges at all. I wouldn't want anybody else to go through what I went through. What I would say, study, benchmark, get trained, and even if it means paying for the training so that you can come out better, don't just start because somebody else did. Because I went through a lot, but I had people who were I had mentors. I have one mentor who is doing layers, I think all my mentors are layers. None of them had Kienyeji. But I'm open now that I have my second batch. If there's anybody who wants to start Kienyeji, hey, come along. Because the market is there. Because so many people have bought the incubators. And so the supply for fertilized eggs, I would say they are in high demand. I was told for the last 5 years, egg production in Nakuru is too high. And then because of the proximity to the borders, we also get eggs from Uganda and Tanzania. And so the challenges are there. If the government can help us through a circle, if we can come together and form a circle that has a voice for the farmers, and then through the government, I don't know what department that will be, I don't know whether it is agriculture or trade office, if we can come together and have a group that is aimed at maximizing the profit, then we can easily eliminate the agents, the brokers that come in between. And that would encourage the farmer so that you are not using a lot of money of these brokers. Yes, that's a good idea. I have used 2 companies so far. The first one, their food had more of unga. Even the texture of the food, looking at it, you would think it's like unga. But Suguna feed, so far, we cannot complain. It has the nutrients. We don't have to use a lot of vitamins. We just supplement here and there, but we know they're feeding well, they're getting satisfied, and the production is high, because the quality of the food is what determines the production rate. So far, we have not seen any other that we can compare, and we're happy. I'm not saying this for promotion. I'm saying this out of experience. I am using Suguna food. Right now, I have the ones that are laying, and I have the ones that are 3 weeks old. And comparing the ones that I have now, they've grown at a very fast rate because of the Suguna feed. And so you, a farmer who is using any other product, try Suguna. You will not regret. My 3-week-old chicks are now independent. We are not having jiko for them. We are actually going to tear down the the cuttings. That is how fast they have grown, as opposed to these layers, whereby we were using another company and we were feeding them up to 1 month before we could take out the jiko and before we could take out the cuttings to prevent air. So Suguna, number one.